How's it going on Monday, May 22nd, 2023? Baseball records, on base percentage. Who in the Baseball Hall of Fame has the highest career on base percentage? Ted Williams. Career 482 on base. Almost half the time for Ted Williams he got on base in his career in every game he played. Almost half the time. 482 career. And he also holds for the highest, he holds the record for the highest on base percentage in a season, minimum 100 games played. 1941 season, he was on base 553% of the time. 55% of the time he got on base. Incredible. Ted Williams, the splendid splinter. Number 2 was Babe Ruth, 474 career. He had a 545. In fact, there's only a few select players in the Baseball Hall of Fame who have had a 500 or better on base percentage. Ted Williams, Babe Ruth, Billy Hamilton, Rogers Hornsby, Mickey Mantle, Ed Delante, Big Ed, Joe Kelly, and Hugh Duffy. Those are the guys who have had 500 or better on base percentage in a season. Duffy had 502 as his highest. Joe Kelly had a 502. Ed Delante, 500. Let's see. Mickey Mantle had a 512 as his high. Roger Hornsby had a 507 one year. Billy Hamilton, a 521. Babe Ruth, 545. And Ted Williams, 553. Those are the guys 500 or better in a season. The rest of the guys, 400s, 300s. And I've been covering 169 players. 168 of them are in the Hall of Fame. Pete Rose, the exception. I gotta put him in on base percentage because he belongs in the Hall of Fame with all his career achievements. Are you going to argue with me about his stats? They're legitimate. They're Baseball Reference records. So I've covered 82 guys. Let's continue on the list. Let's go 83 to 169, okay? I'll just mention the player and their career on base, just to see where they landed. 83, Harmon Killebrew, 376 on base career. Eddie Matthews, 376. Al Kaline, 376. Pete Rose, 375 on base. His high was 428 for a season. Henry Aaron, 374. Willie McCovey and Sam Rice all had 374. Aaron's high was 410. Roberto Alomar, 371. Ken Griffey, Gabby Harnett, 370. Ed Roosh, George Brett, Paul Molitor, Jim Botley, and Frankie Frisch all had 369 on base career. Harry Hooper, 368. King Kelly, 368. Zach Wade, George Kell, Billy Herman, 367. Pee Wee Reese, 366. Scott Rowland, Tommy McCarthy. I'm covering Hall of Fame players. 364. Craig Biggio, Roy Campanella, Frank Baker, 363. Okay, all these guys, 362. Ron Santo, Bobby Dorr, Joe Medwick, Sam Crawford, George Davis, Pie Trainer, 362 on base. Billy Williams, Jake Beckley, Max Carey, 361. Willie Stargell, Kirby Puckett, 360. Roberto Alomar, Eddie Murray, Gil Hodges, 359. Ernie Lombardi, 358. Joe Gordon, 357. Reggie Jackson, Harold Baines, 356. Bid McPhee, Dave Bancroft, 355. Dave Winfield, 353. Tony Oliva, Lloyd Wayner, 353. Alan Trammell, Jim O'Rourke, 352. Phil Rossitto, 351. Fred Lindstrom, Buck Ewing, 351. Orlando Cepeda, 350. Ryan Sandberg, 344. Lou Brock, Jimmy Collins, 343. Robin Yount, George Kelly, Johnny Bench, 342. Tony Perez, Carlton Fisk, 341 on base. Cal Ripken, Ray Chalk, 340. Ozzie Smith, Travis Jackson, Reg Shinzuski, 337. Johnny Evers, 356. Gary Carter, 335. 160 on the list. Covering 169 players. I'm at 160. Ivan Rodriguez, 334. Bobby Wallace, 332. Ernie Banks, how about this? 330. Andre Dawson, 323. Brooks Robinson, 322. How about that? Rabbit Marinville, 318. John Ward, 314. Louis Aparicio, 311. Joe Tinker, 308. And the last guy on the list, Bill Mazeroski, 299 career on base. His high was 320. All right, that covers on base percentage, career baseball records. What do you think? What do you think of the guys at the top? Ted Williams. Let me go to the top again here, just to impress with you. Ted Williams can lay claim in baseball history and say, I am the number one guy in all of baseball history in the 20,000 players who have played. I can lay the claim of being the best on-base percentage player in baseball history. Ted Williams. And Babe Ruth can say I'm number two. Ted Williams, 482 on-base percentage. A lot of these guys I just covered didn't even have a 482 as their high in a season. Yet Ted Williams averaged 482 on base. Babe Ruth was at 474, so he's right behind him. And Billy Hamilton, 455. Lou Gehrig, 447. And Roger Hornsby, 434. Those are the top five. As far as best for a season, Ted Williams had a 553. Babe Ruth had a 545. Billy Hamilton had a 521. Mickey Mantle, 512. And Roger Hornsby, 507. Those are the top five as far as on base for a season. Records. I like covering baseball records. Next, we're going to get into base on balls, just for the fun of it. Walks. Who can lay claim as the number one player in baseball history who drew the most walks? And how about the most walks in a season? We'll cover that next. Thanks for watching here. I'm out.